Hey YouTube fam, it's Sonia and it's time for another garden update. It is Saturday, May 16th. It's around 77 degrees and I am in zone B, and we will start off with what's growing on my deck. My lettuce back here, it's not looking the greatest. This is black seeded Simpson here. And I also have black seeded Simpson here. This is Butter Crunch, which isn't doing much of anything. And I believe that's Butter Crunch as well. Our weather has been a little bit crazy here. It got really cold. It was really hot, and then it got really cold. So I don't know, most things are doing okay, but the lettuce is like, eh. The blueberries are hanging in there. I have a few on there. It's doing pretty much the same. I haven't had it very long. I may have had it 2 weeks. And here is some cilantro. I keep a lot of things covered with these little baskets because we have squirrels that go crazy, like over in this pot. There was nothing growing. The lettuce, I planted lettuce there, but it wasn't growing, but the squirrels had a good time in that pot. My little lavender doesn't seem to be doing much yet. Here I have some spearmint. It has grown a little bit, and also some chocolate mint. It's doing pretty well too. Have a little bit that's growing right over there. My Swiss chard is looking amazing. I am going to harvest some today, and I am so excited because it is my favorite green. I have been keeping them covered with these little strainers, and it has worked great. They've been doing wonderful. That pot's a little smaller, but there's another pot that's doing great. I have a couple of pots over here. They are looking beautiful. Here I have some kale, and it has some new babies coming. This one's looking a little ragged. I mean, it's okay, but it was covered up as well, and it's getting too big to be covered by that. So it's leaning over a tad bit. But back over this way, I have my raspberries, which look about the same as a couple of weeks ago. I have some basil here. This is a coffee plant that we brought out, and it looks like it's having a little bit of a hard time adjusting to being outside, but it loves the heat. Looks like it has some babies right there. So yesterday I bought watermelon. It will be my first time growing it, basil, and some pole beans. So, and then here's a pot of microgreens, which seem to be doing okay. So now we will go down into the main garden. So here I have another pot of Swiss chard. It was up on the deck too, but when we got cold weather, I covered my garden and I brought some of my plants over to hold the tarp down. So it's still over here. My strawberries have some flowers on them, and then there are some strawberries tucked back over there, and I see a little bit of new growth on the plant. And in here, peppers, they're okay. They survived the cold spell. I planted some beans here, 2 squares of beans, and since it's been so cold, I came out and I replanted them just last week, but I see one popping up right there, and I see another one popping up right there. So we'll see what happens. It's my Swiss chard that came back from last year. There is a tomato eggplant. It's a Black Beauty eggplant. It's not doing much yet. And here is an orange bell pepper. It's not doing much. This is a Japanese eggplant. Let's see. This is a Poblano pepper. And this one is cayenne pepper. My chives are doing great as always. I will eat the flowers in my salads. They are wonderful. So we're gonna walk around here and see what kind of tomato this is. This is a Roma tomato. So everything seems to be going well in this bed. And then I have a little chocolate sunflower that I don't know if the wind bent the stem, and I was trying to see if it died. I just propped it up with this, but it doesn't look dead, so I might get, I might stake it up and see what happens. So here I have another Japanese eggplant. I have a Cherokee purple tomato here. I have a jalapeno there. These are microgreens planted back over that way, and they're not doing all that great, but we'll see what happens. This is another pepper plant. I can't see the variety. The tag is tilted down. Over here is my bok choy that is flowering, so I will probably pull it up soon. Back here, I have some spinach. I don't know, it looks like there's some cilantro over here. I planted these things, I think I mentioned on my last video, and then it was really, really windy, and I think some of my seeds drifted in other places. So I haven't disturbed too much. I will come in here and pull up the grass and everything. We'll see what happens back here. Up here I have some curly kale, 3 curly kales, and Russian kale, and sugar snap peas. Slowly but surely, I hope I get some sugar snap peas. Our weather has just been all over the place. So we'll see what happens. And then over here, I have a red bell pepper plant right there. And over here, I have more sugar snap peas, and I have some Swiss chard sprinkled around that I planted from seed, and there is also some spinach here and a couple of tomato plants. I know these are small cherry tomatoes, both of them. So that's all that's in the bed. I have another chocolate sunflower here. And then here I have a collard that the squirrels ate, but I have a new leaf. This one was gone, so it's growing back. I keep it covered. It's doing well. I have a pot of collards. I don't think I showed you. I have several. So here's a pot of collards, and then I have another pot of collards. A cute little bee on the side. Isn't it cute? But yeah, I'm not a huge fan of collards. I just grow them because I like growing stuff, and I will eat them. So here in this tub, I have rhubarb. Never grown it before, but it's got a new leaf, so I guess it's okay. I have a couple of peppers. In this tub, I have a jalapeno and another cayenne pepper. I will probably come stake that up. We've had a lot of wind, and it's blown over a little bit. Here, I believe this is yellow squash, and it seems to be hanging in there just fine. So now we'll go over to my little area by the garage. Okay, so over here I have, I believe, 6 curly kale plants, and they seem to be doing fine. I have them covered with those little baskets. I have noticed that something's been eating on the leaves, so I will come out here and spray them. I have Italian parsley there and bee balm here. I think I think I planted this bee balm last year, so I don't even know what it's going to look like. I honestly barely remember planting it, but I'm excited to see what it does. So over here I have a zucchini. I don't have very much luck with zucchini, but trying it again. I have tarragon, and it's about to go crazy. Tarragon, I love it, but it grows like a weed. So I will come back and probably harvest it soon. I have another collard back there that something has been eating on. I see lots of little holes there. And my oregano, it's growing back nicely. I've already harvested and cut it back and shared it with one of my friends, and it's looking amazing. And then here is another Cilantro kale, same as what's up on my porch. And I want to show you guys my little peach tree. I don't think I've showed it in one of my videos, but this peach tree is 2 years old. It's growing nicely, and this year we have some peaches. We have quite a few peaches. I think I've counted over 20, and I'm really excited about it, but I have no idea like how to take care of a peach tree. So there's another there. So I have to try to figure out what to do and how to keep the squirrels out of the tree, because I saw a squirrel in here going crazy one day. So that is my garden update for this week. I hope you guys' gardens are doing well and you are enjoying the weather and growing some great food. And I look forward to seeing a lot of your videos. And if you have any tips on what I should do with this peach tree, something organic, not with a lot of harmful sprays. I don't use any of that. I would greatly appreciate it. I thank you guys so much for watching, and I will be back in a couple of weeks. Take care.